We started morning practice, I guess, a couple of years ago because, you know, you have kids that got to go to tutoring, you got kids that, you know, if they got a doctor's appointment and all that. So I just, you know, called around and asked some coaches, you know, how do y'all like it? And they liked it because there ain't no doctor's appointment, no tutoring at 6:30 in the morning.
One.
Once the kids get used to it and get into it, I think they like it because they know they get up and and we're done. They got the rest of the day to get the tutoring and whatever they need to get done. And, man, I know the teachers up there appreciate it because we can get them to tutoring pretty quick. They're in sleep mode, so they're here, but sometimes you got to wake them up. Let me hit this clock at 6:30. All right, here we go.
We're going to play 11 every single time. It doesn't matter if there's 2 backs or there's 2 plus 2 or whatever. If we have inside zone look to us, we're going to call a crash, just like we did last week. Nothing's going to change, right? So
I told the kids we could beat anybody on their schedule, but we could also lose anybody on their schedule. I mean, there's not a bad team in our district.
Hey, I need 3 D linemen, just 3 guys. There we go. Me and
This is, I think, one of the best 5A districts in the state. You know, you take any of these teams out and put them in another district, they have a chance to maybe win the district, you know.
Right.
This is year 4 for me, and so, you know, it takes a while to build your culture and what you want, and then it gets a whole lot easier when you get a group in that they know what to do, because every year you're going to lose some seniors. But when you can keep some for that long, it helps a whole lot, you know. There you go. That's not bad. It's tough, and I told them, I was like, this is every week you don't have a down week. It's going to be a fight every week, and in the area, I think, you know, Pflugerville's become respected again for that fight.
Good pull.
There you go.
This senior class is really special because we all have our own story. We all have something to play for.
Let's go. Come on, Willem. When I first got here, we were fighting a culture of, you know, once things got bad, they kind of shut it down. Finish, let's go, finish.
But when Coach Taylor came, he changed it around, and I was there to start with this team, and we became a very disciplined team.
EJ, we call him a bull. He's a downhill runner. You know, it takes a lot to bring him down.
A lot of power. He runs a lot of power. He's quick. He has all the attributes for a good running back.
I mean, he's been a leader for us since day one he got here. I've had a few freshmen over the years play for me, but not very many, and he's been doing it for 4 years. You know, a lot of times in practice, you got that coach standing behind you telling you what to do or whatever else. You get in the game, and, you know, kids don't have that. Well, for us, we got the luxury of EJ being out there.
Jake, that's too late. You got to cut up early. It's there early. I done played receiver, quarterback, running back, linebacker. So, it's like I know what I'm talking about, and I know Coach Taylor's system. So once they hear the system from me, they be like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. I get it.
It's close, it's time, and we got one play. Well, most people know where it's going, and, you know, and we'll hang our hat on that. You know, every game we played this year, we've been in it, you know, to the end. And when times get hard, you know, they're still gonna fight. That's on, throw it up, hurry up. Roy. All right, here we go. Oh. Jalen, he's a dual threat guy. You know, he's been starting since he was a sophomore, but this year he kind of flipped the switch. He's kind of our stable factor. Don't talk a whole lot unless he needs to, but he's very, very calm when he's out there. He doesn't get flustered, and I think his toughness is shown this year because, you know, he took a hit.
In February, my parents both got COVID. Dad went out to eat, and Dad got sick. It was just like a little cough, and then later on, it just got more and more and just kept getting worse. I just couldn't take care of him because I was too young for it. And then they passed away, so it was just terrible. It's really terrible. It's a tragedy.
When something like that happens, football really don't matter. you just never know how somebody reacted, because like I said, there's no playbook for this deal like happening.
When he told me, it hurt. It hurt so bad. I was at home, and I was sitting on my bed, and after he told me, and like we talked for a little bit, and I told him I was always be here. After we got off the phone, I just sat in my room for a good like 20 minutes in silence, because it hurt so much.
His parents were exceptional people, because when you look at Jalen, he's an extension of them, and you can just tell they raised a good man. You can tell they were good people by him, and so for him to pick up the torch, so to say, and go on as he has, you know the job they did.
You see your parents a couple weeks ago, like they were just moving around perfectly fine, and just like that, they passed away. He just been calling me ever since it happened. Been with me by my side every day, calling me early in the morning when I wake up, checking up on me and stuff. I got my coaches, I got my sister, my family, and all of them just being there to love on me and stuff. Just makes me feel a lot better.
I think what he figured out was when he came up here, once he's here, that he thinks about football.
I thought back to like all the good times and stuff, like what we could do this year. Like we have a lot of like potential on this team, so just push me, and just the fun of it is just fun to me. It takes my mind off a lot of things. Like when I'm stressed and stuff, I just go out here and throw the ball with my friends and stuff.
Right.
You have a great opportunity to go out and get after these dudes and get a win, but you got to do what you're supposed to do, okay? Mental focus. We got to be able to develop from one thing to the next, all right? But we can't do that if you keep making the same mistakes on the simple stuff. Does that make any sense? All right, because you'll have people saying, why don't y'all do this? Why don't we do that? If we can't do the simple stuff and do that right, how can we progress, right? It's like saying have somebody in fundamentals of math, all right, but you want to go put them in calculus. That ain't gonna work if they can't do that. All right, so mental focus. Great opportunity. You've seen the film. I don't lie to you. You can get these guys, but you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do, and do it every play. All right, here, get in there and get your break. Let's go. Everybody in. Let's go. Everybody in.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
I tell our kids it don't matter what we call and don't matter what we do. At the end of the day, we're prepared, and we prepared well. I mean, they're still a good football team. Cedar Park brand.
Like, they're not as good as they were last year. They lost a whole bunch of players like Ryder. This year, I feel like we just have to come out there and play. I feel like we have a big chance, a big opportunity, because we're not the same team.
At the end of the day, I think any team in our district can beat anybody. You know, you just never know, and so it's just not as top-heavy as it was. So across the board, that's why I'm saying I think this is the best district, because at any given, you just don't know what's going to happen when you turn and look at the scores after a Friday night.
Yeah, we just got to stay disciplined and play our game. Play our game like we've been doing. If we do that, then we'll be fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Lock in.
We're going to go out there and play football, and we're going to give them our best, and these kids know that's what they're going to do every time, and we're going to let the chips fall where they do.